Okay, now we're going to start to look at a specific case in network science, and it's called the SIR method, okay? And so what we want to look at is how do you break up something that's not good? Let's just say a terrorist group, okay? And so what you end up doing is you've got these people over here, okay? And this is right here, this is the group of terrorists, and they're called people that are they're infected, okay? And then over here is a susceptible. So susceptible, infected, and then R stands for removed. Now they get to either go to jail or get killed or whatever. So you got to remove them, and you can put them in jail, or they get killed or whatever. You got to remove them. So if you look if you look in terms of an epidemic, okay. Now either people die or they somehow get saved, but basically it's the infected rate that really tells you if the infection rate is more than 1, that is faster than that, you're going to create an epidemic. So you can't really, once they're infected, once they're a terrorist, or once they got the whatever it is, measles, mumps, whatever it is, uh, whatever, it basically is not much you can do. So the whole concept now is that you want to get this below 1 in terms of the number of that it's going on, because if it's going more than 1, it's growing. Okay, so where do you have to target? You got to target over here. You got to target the susceptible pool that is not yet infected, where they haven't totally bought into whatever it is or haven't caught the disease that they have. And so the susceptible pool is where you focus. And so if you look at what's going on with terrorism, rather than trying to figure out this, I mean, you can do this because you got to do this, but you want to reduce the pool. Now, the way you reduce the pool is to take out the reasons behind it. So if you look at what's going on in terms of basically every major infected group, is that basically they are coming from a space of lack. They're coming from a place of lack. They don't have enough money, they don't have enough power, they don't have enough whatever it is. And so they're already coming from that space, and they've been infected, and they're now a terrorist, or they're now in a disease. So that's not it. So that if you want to stop the infected rate, what you want to do is go over here and make people, you know, rich, fat, and happy. And if you do that, what? Rich, fat, happy people don't fight. They can watch. I mean, I have a dog that's big and huge, and he looks like he could be a horrible dog, but he's very, very happy. I wouldn't say he's rich, but he's got everything taken care of him. He's fat, okay, and he's a very happy dog, okay. Now, he is not going to fight. That's not who he is. It's the same thing with human beings. It's the same thing with, if you can find out what's causing the infection and go to the people that are potentially susceptible and isolate the people who have the disease, you see the isolation, then you can remove them. But you've got to cut this down so it's less than 1, and ideally get it down to nothing. Once you get it down to nothing, then terrorism will stop. The disease will stop. And so when you start to understand, when Buckminster Fuller talks about that we now have enough for everybody to be living at a higher standard of living than anyone else, what we've got now is the opportunity here now to make everybody on the planet what? Rich, fat, and happy. If we get everybody moving in that direction, living at a higher standard of living, and Bucky did the math and he showed how it's done. Fuller was just brilliant. What will happen is the susceptible pool for terrorism, for sure, is going to get reduced or removed, and therefore the infected rate drops. And when it drops, then it can be taken out and removed. So that the key to stopping terrorism is the same as it is for any type of uh, virus, anything that's going on that's an epidemic. It's the same thing in social media and social, is that we've got to remove the susceptible by making them all rich, fat, and happy. So my role now is not to try to get rich for myself, although I'm done that as well as I could, but it's also to make sure that I'm working with others and moving everybody up so that we move up and cooperate. So the key then here is to cooperate. So in other words, this is when cooperation breaks out, you're going to find that what's going to happen is the susceptible rate drops, the number of terrorists goes down, and fewer to remove. So the whole concept now is we've got to understand that we got to cooperate and understand that the world now is and can be abundant. And once you understand that, you do it because you want to stop terrorism, you want to live at a higher standard of living, you've got to cooperate to create abundance, and that's done through one thing called the theory of synergy. I learned from Bucky a long time ago that the bigger the picture, the more accurate your prediction. There's nothing in a caterpillar, if you just study a caterpillar, will ever tell you about scenario butterfly. So my entire life, I am working as much as I can to be a comprehensivist. That is interested in everything, so I can make better choices, better decisions, and have a better perspective. What can I do for you?